And we are rolling.
Yeah, welcome to Joe Code. I'm your host, Joe Marrese. Great to be here tonight. I was at a loud bar last night yelling, so it's good that I have a voice with loud pumping music. So I'm glad that I could still talk because you have to yell over people to try and communicate in a loud bar like that. I'm too old for that. I've got a friend in town, so we went out, but the loud bar scene just can't do it. Don't have the energy. Got to go sit down, listen a little jazz in the background, maybe a little country music, something nice and chill, but the loud pumping bass, not for me. So, but here we are, feeling good. We uh we made it through the freeze as they call it here in Austin, which is really just winter. They say there's going to be a freeze, but it's basically just winter weather is what happened. So I'm used to that. Apparently they're not used to that at all here. Gary, you lived through winter last year here. Was this just as bad or no?
Last year it snowed for like 2 weeks, and like all the plants and vegetation outside died. It was way worse.
Yes, there was one day of sleet and everybody kind of lost it.
Yeah, it was a one night freeze, and it was people panicked for no reason.
Yeah, there was some PTSD. It seemed like my
Yeah, well, I think that people were just prepping for the worst because they were worried it was going to happen again.
yeah, I'm glad it didn't happen. 2 weeks. Yeah, it's even the hotel that I worked at was like, hey, you could stay overnight. They offered like 2 free nights at the hotel, but I didn't stay. I didn't want to stay. I don't want to just work there, go to sleep there, then wake up and work there again. What is this? My whole life? No. So I went home and ran in the snow to work the next day because I tried to get an Uber and they were all like 20 minutes away. Usually I walk because the weather is nice enough to walk, but I jogged in the sleet. Builds character. Running in precipitation, I feel like really. I used to run in the rain a little bit. I think that's how you. I think that's where abs are created. That's how you build six packs. So run in the rain, run in the snow. Can't go wrong. I had a friend in town this weekend. Was supposed to have three friends in town. Only one made it because of the weather.
But flights were canceled or what?
Yeah. Yeah, they were all at the airport together. They were flying American. My one friend found another flight on a Delta. My other two friends' flight got kept getting pushed back all day, all day, all day. Finally, they just canceled it, but they held them hostage at the airport. They were supposed to get to Austin at 5 p.m. and then they were going to get here at 1:30 a.m. So they were backed up that whole time. And finally, they said everything's canceled. So yeah, they were a bit disappointed. The weather, but then they also said like flight crews and that's happened to me before too, where that like the plane they have to postpone or cancel the flight because there's no flight crew. Do we really need flight attendants for a 2 hour flight? I think we can live without them. Yeah, you'll be so they were coming from LA to Austin. Just make an announcement before the flight, like, hey everyone, for flight 11:39 to Austin, we're gonna give you guys we don't have a flight crew, but we're still gonna take off. So we'll give you guys a half hour to go buy your own shit. So take this time right now, get some food, get some drinks, go to McDonald's, load up on the McMuffins, bring them on the plane. because we don't have a flight crew. And then everyone's fine for 2 hours. You're fine for 2 hours. We're not flying to Italy. Okay, we could survive without the flight attendants on a 2.5 hour flight. So, just my 2 cents. But yeah, there's snow here, or we had sleet.
That
A-
froze
Apparently,
basically.
yeah, apparently there's no snow plows in town, but aren't there hockey teams? Can we get a Zamboni out on the road or something? The University of Texas has to have a hockey team with a hockey rink, I would think. There's got to be some local hockey teams.
I actually don't think they do.
I mean, why not? There's the Dallas Stars. There's hockey in the state. So I know hockey has to exist here. I mean, I feel like if you have the pro team, kids are going to watch and be like, hey, I want to play hockey. They want to play hockey if they see the Dallas Stars playing.
Well, there are a handful of rinks, but I don't think there's a college team. Seriously.
It might not be, I guess, but there has to be a Zamboni somewhere around.
Yeah, there's got to be a Zamboni.
I mean, I just want to see a guy driving down Cesar Chavez Street downtown, plowing the roads with his Zamboni with a cigar in his mouth and one of those fancy Frenchman hats that I wear as well, the paper route kind of hat. I'll wear it on one of these episodes. I think maybe I have before, but so it's great to be doing this podcast. I haven't done stand up since I came back from Chicago with the freeze and everything. There wasn't a whole lot going on comedy wise.
Yeah, a lot of shows were canceled.
Yeah, a lot of everything. Yeah, a lot of things were canceled. There was some shit talking this week. I'll explain in a moment. Let's go to This Sucks for the week, ladies and gentlemen. This Sucks, our first segment of the show. And This Sucks is a guy telling a booker that I had a rough set. Okay? You don't, and the thing is, I didn't. Now we're talking stand up comedy wise, but don't go around telling people that make decisions that I had a rough set. You know, that really bothered me when I found out about that. So the thing is, I didn't have a rough set. FYI, if anyone's wondering. Joe, was it a rough set? No, it wasn't great. There were maybe a couple rough patches in the 10-minute set, but it certainly wasn't a so-called rough set. Somebody telling Danny that at Big Laugh. I don't like that.
Was it somebody well known?
No, it was somebody that works at the place that gives me a hard time.
Then I probably wouldn't put too much thought into it.
I know, but it's just like, like comics. You know how comics are. Like Gary, you're not a big fan of comics, right? As far as people, right?
Not a lot.
Yeah,
I kind of pick and choose.
A lot of
what comics
trash.
I hang
A lot
with.
of trash talkers.
Yeah, gossip too.
Gossip. Yeah, I mean this guy. Because the guy that Danny likes me a lot, and I think that's like rubbing some people the wrong way. And he's like, yeah, hey, so-and-so told me you had a rough set. Like, no. No, there was like, in the crowd of 30, there were at least like 6 or 7 people that came up to me after. Like, with compliments. That doesn't happen if you have a rough set. So, like, you can say, like, you can not like my comedy or whatever, and like, but don't say stuff like that to people that make decisions. Like people that could like have influence on like my career in Austin. Don't say that.
And how much, stage time and money you make,
Yeah, like okay, gossip to other people, but don't like make a thing about it to that guy. It's not right. And I'll tell you what, it bums me out quite frankly, because I'm nothing but nice to people, and also he's wrong. Like I went last. I was like there was like 10 comics on the show, and so I went up like 2 hours into the show and still did fine. Yeah, there was some tired laughter, but they were still into me. Rough set. Man, that's all right. No, it isn't all right, but it's good to talk about it. I get this stuff out. Um, I get to have my release here on this podcast. What also helps my release is music is very powerful, right? We could say there's very few there's really only a couple of vocalists that can like really move me, and Eddie Vedder is one of those guys. Like I listen to him, and like I just found this new song that he did, and it's called long long way, and it's great, and it's like I listen to something like that. Eddie Vedder, yeah, has always been just one of the guys that I can listen to, and I find his voice like moving. You know what I mean? Is that I hope that doesn't sound lame, but I don't really care. Eddie Vedder and Chris Cornell, pretty much, very moving.
Chris Cornell was good with Soundgarden and solo and with Audio
Yeah,
Slave,
all
which
of it.
is not really normal to be that good with that many different
Yeah,
projects.
pretty amazing. Like Eddie Vedder, he sings this Cubs song. It's called for about the Chicago Cubs, it's called "Go All the Way." And like after they won the World Series, I cried listening to that song. It's very powerful and also lame at the same
Very
time.
moving.
Yeah, I was moved by the Cubs winning it all. Sorry. So, oh yeah, about stand up again. I'm looking for a new venue here in Austin. If anyone wants to, if anyone knows of any venues for a stand up show, I'm going to be looking around because the venue that I did the show at already can't answer an email. Imagine that. So, I sent an email plus a follow up email, no response. I'm not going to go in there and haunt them. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go in there and hound the people. Okay. So they didn't give that great of a deal anyway. So I mean I could find there's plenty of venues here in Austin. People are starved for stand up comedy. It's like I go to like all these bars have stages in them already because it's such a big music
Yeah.
town. So
Damn near any bar in town can put up a stand-up show.
they really could. I was at a couple yesterday. That's what I do when I go to a bar. I look at like, hey, could there be comedy here? So yeah, I'm looking around, and yeah, it'll be cool. But yeah, oh man, we're back cooking at work though. I'll tell you that the money's coming back. The slow time is over now that we're into February. Oh man, I made some straight cash this week. I had a whole wad of cash in my pocket with the rubber band. I'm not a wallet guy. I pulled out. I was out. I pulled out my rubber band like this with my wallet, and then some girl looks at me and goes, "Oh no, not the rubber band." I was like, "What is that? A turn off?" This. What do you mean? Oh no, not the rubber band. I'm a baller. I'm a baller.
She probably
with this
thought you were
rubber
going
band.
to the strip club or something.
I mean, I did have. Yeah, I mean, this was Friday night. It's now Sunday. I had a full I had a full wad of like ones in here. I had so many ones. It feels good. I like carrying around a wad of cash. Don't say, "Oh no, not the rubber band." Oh, and I'm gonna carry around a lame wallet where I'm like folding it and all these flaps. No thanks. But yeah, good week of work. But I had not incidents, but this will take me to Joe Code for the week, and this is a shout out to all the valets in the world. So this is Joe Code valet style, we'll say. So if you come up to me, no ticket, no driver's license, you don't get your car. How's that? You don't get it. You won't get it. I won't give it to you. I had a guy come over. He goes, I guess we had his car outside. I didn't bring it up. It was there, but I was like the guy that he saw. So he's like, "Can I get the keys to the I think it was a white Jaguar?" I'm like, "Yeah, can I just see your ticket to match the?" He's like, "I don't have it." I said, "All right, that's fine. Can I just see your driver's license?" "I don't have it." "I don't have it. Your driver's license." And I said, "Okay, I can't give you the car." Next thing you know, he pulls out the ticket.
What?
Was that so hard, man? What is this entitlement that people have? You can't pull out the ticket just to show me to verify the number. I mean, I remember going to restaurants as a kid, like with my parents when we'd valet. My dad was always giving the valet guy a ticket. Like there's always tickets. You think in 2022 we're going to stop the tickets when theft is on the rise? People are stealing cars. And then a lot of these idiots on vacation, they're renting cars, and a lot of them are the same rental cars, like the Nissan Rogues and pieces of shit like that. Not to shit on the Nissan Rogue. It's just to enhance the me being mad. But sometimes people at the hotel they can't even remember what their rental car is. So it's like, yeah, show me the ticket, moron.
My buddy Cody, his parents were on a road trip out to California from Virginia,
Yeah.
and they valeted their car, and it was stolen from the valet garage
Yeah, that
and
happens too.
crashed and totaled, and everything was stolen out of it.
Yeah, well, we have a closed garage. It's secure and all that. But yeah, these incidents happen, and I've also heard of some of the valet guys downtown giving away the wrong car. So it's like that ain't happening on my watch.
Yeah.
It's
I've
not.
never heard of somebody give away the wrong car, though.
Yeah, it happens. Don't go to the Austin Marriott downtown.
I've heard of people.
They're giving away cars over there.
I've heard of people leaving the keys for one car in another car on accident,
Yeah.
something like that. But I've never heard of somebody giving the wrong car away.
Oh.
What? Wouldn't the person driving the car know it was the wrong car?
No, they don't know. Not if it's a rental.
How would you not know that? It's your whatever.
Because they forget they're on vacation and they just got the car. They came straight to the hotel. They didn't even really
Yeah, I
register in their
guess. It
head.
just sounds kind of stupid to me.
Like, hey, did I get a Nissan Rogue or do I have a Toyota Highlander? What is it? You know. So, but yeah, no cars will be given away on my watch, and I take a lot of pride in that. So let's go to some emails.
Right.
Been getting some good emails. I like when I'm just sitting there at home or at work and I see these Joe code emails pop up. Makes me feel good. So we got an email from Broke Austin Comedy Fan. I'm broke and I live in Austin. I'm looking for free or cheap comedy to see in the city. Free comedy? Oh yeah, thanks. Thanks for devaluing what we do. I when I'm no longer broke, I'll see you live. Don't comics get a percent of the bar for some of their shows? Depends. Let's see. Don't worry, I'm nice. Drunk. Drinking is more intelligent. Yeah, I mean, free cheap comedy in Austin. I go to an open mic.
Yeah,
There's
there's open
no,
mics all over the place that are free.
yeah, there's no free shows. Go on. There's a website called Comedy Wham. WHAM. All right, this guy. This guy's email before. Hey there, Uncle Joe. It's me again. This time a little more sober than my last message. Yeah, we get way too many drunk emailers.
Yeah, why do we get so many drunk
I don't know. I
emails?
guess it's fun for people. Hey, I'm wasted. Oh, I'm gonna email Joe. I don't know, it's fun. Having some issues with my old lady still.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
first of all, probably don't call her that. I think that's
The
an issue.
old wench.
Yeah. Yeah, just call her that. Having some issues with my old lady. I was the guy who got kicked out of Swingers. It's the diner in LA. The night I blacked out, I grabbed a hold of some melons at a bar we were at earlier and kept asking to follow those melons back to her apartment nearby. How do I explain this to her? I was blacked out. She hits me up.
What?
Okay, I don't know.
What is going on?
Yeah, I
He's
don't know what's
grabbing
going.
somebody's melons?
Yeah, we're just going off the rails here. Okay. All right. Okay. Now we're getting to it. We'll get to a normal email here.
All right.
Not to say that that's not normal, but
Well,
It is a
grabbing
little bit. All right. What is your perfect meal? What food? What beverage? And would you prefer to eat alone or with someone? First off, I would prefer to eat alone. I I like to just ravage the food sometimes. I just go nuts and take a lot of double bites, and I just I kind of just like eating alone cuz I could kind of just go crazy. But yeah, my perfect meal would be like a steak burrito with a side of pizza and probably some like my perfect meal is always changing. Like now I feel like some chips and queso has to be involved and uh steak burrito and pepperoni, mushroom, onion, sausage and green pepper pizza. That's way too many toppings, but
Teach their own.
just deal with it. Green peppers don't do anything. Oh, really? Then why are they there? They must do something for somebody. They're a good role player. They play a role. Don't tell me they don't do anything. All right. What were you gonna say there, Gary?
I'm still thinking about what my perfect meal would be. Honestly, I think
I just like too much food to pick like one thing.
yeah, you're a big foodie.
Yeah,
I think I just would want to eat a tasty home cooked meal with somebody that loves me.
yeah, that would be nice. I mean, honestly, yeah, like I really miss like my mom's cooking. Like if I could just eat a
I don't know.
home cooked meal by her again,
My mom's not that good of a cook,
that
so I
would be
can't
my
echo
perfect
that
meal.
sentiment.
My mom was the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't mean to like have that dramatic pause there. I just didn't know what to say next. But people are gonna be like, "Oh man, he's really having a moment there." Yeah, I guess maybe I shouldn't have said anything, and we could have just let people decide that.
Right now, in this exact moment, I think I just want a steak quesadilla from Taco Bell.
Yeah, that's one of the best foods in the world. Yeah. So yeah,
Yes.
actually, my this is great for the week is involves food again, and this is great is a cauliflower crust pizza that I had today. Yeah, I have never had this. Cauliflower crust. I couldn't believe the crispiness and just the great the viscosity and the density to it was absolutely fantastic. Cauliflower crust pizza, I'm telling I think is the way might be the way to go. Um, if I see it offered at a place, I think I'm gonna get it. There was something special about it.
Where was this at?
This was Mod Pizza,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I think there's actually more calories in it than the regular crust, but I think it's somehow healthier.
Sounds like it could be a pretty tasty slice of pie.
Yeah, it was really I couldn't believe how, like, crispy and, like, they kinda burnt it a little bit. There was, like, a great kind of,
Like a little
like
singe.
yeah, a little singe to it, like a nice little flop to the pizza. It actually held the cauliflower crust held better than, like, regular crust. Like, regular crust can get too floppy. I felt this was more
Did they flavor it? What was it flavored with?
the crust? I don't know, it kinda was almost like corn a little bit. Seemed like almost cornmeal to it. I don't know, you would have to see it, but it had a great density, and I love dense things.
Yeah.
So,
Now you got me wanting pizza.
yeah, I was craving it. I took a long break off pizza, like, I haven't had it much in the last few months, but then the last 2 weeks, this Sunday and last Sunday, I'm just like, I gotta have pizza.
Do you ever get the California Pizza Kitchen homemade pizzas that you just throw in the oven for like 15 minutes?
No, I haven't had those in a while.
They're pretty good. They got a barbecue chicken one and a Sicilian one that I get a lot. But they're $6 and they're pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. Well, that's what I like about mod pizza too, is you can get any kind of pizza. You can get a barbecue, you can get red sauce, white sauce.
A lot of
You,
options.
you could do it all.
How much was it?
It's an 11-inch pizza. It's only about 10, $11.
It's about average.
Yeah. So it's good. So, yeah. Oh yeah, another thing we were talking about with this winter weather, I was talking to Brent Morin, to name drop. He's a comic. He was in town this weekend. We were talking about the weather here and how, because he grew up in New England, I grew up in Chicago, and we both talked about how we played high school baseball in this weather.
Yeah, I grew up in Dayton, Ohio. I had very similar
Yeah,
weather.
in those parts of the country, like in March when the baseball season would start, you would have like 30 like days where it'd be around 30 degrees. There'd be flurries, and the baseball season started, so we would have to
Yeah,
practice.
you didn't just not play.
Yeah,
And there wasn't even ice on the roads this time.
no,
Really?
oh yeah, not really, but yeah, because we'd have to get ready for the games. Like we'd practice inside, but
Man,
yeah.
I remember growing up and going to school and it was -5 degrees.
Oh yeah, see, negative is
Do you remember that?
yeah, temp, and when it's below 0, that's tough.
Yeah, but we still did
You
it.
still went, but yeah, it's literally a punch in the face. Like, I remember walking out in that weather, and then it just, like there's just, like, air shooting into your nostrils.
Yeah, and then you get that chill right to the bone.
Yeah, that's brutal. That I don't know. That would be tough to handle. I don't know if I've been in below 0 weather in a while. Like, 20s and teens, I could do, but once it gets below, like, here, it got down to, like, around 15, I wanna say, on Thursday.
It yeah,
Yeah, it
that's probably
was. It
about
was, like,
right.
13, I think, and that was about my limit because I was freezing my ass off. If it gets below 0, whew,
Yeah, I mean
look out. Long underwear, 3 pairs of socks, let's go.
well, that's what I was gonna say. I used to work as a carpenter in Nashville, Tennessee, and it would get down to 0 over there. And was I not going to go to work? They would
They
have
made you
fired
work in
me.
that weather?
Fuck
Well, the
yeah.
construction workers here, they don't make them work when it's cold. I don't see them out banging the hammers.
Because if it gets below freezing here, everybody's balls shrivel up and go inside of them.
Yeah, they really do.
It's kind of pathetic, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially given that people in Texas are like actually pretty tough
It's
for
supposed to
the
be
most
tough,
part.
right?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a Texan, but ooh, I'm scared of the cold. And the other thing was,
Ooh.
yeah, like there wasn't much precipitation.
No, that was my point. People were all stressed out and canceling shows and telling each other not to drive because they were worried about the ice. There was almost no ice on the road at
Yeah,
all.
there couldn't have been. There was barely any on the sidewalk. So I'm like, how can the roads even be bad? Yeah.
I think like the bridges and whatnot might have had some ice, but for the most part, it was total overreaction.
I think Interstate 35 was fine.
Yeah,
It's a nice road, I-35.
yeah.
I live right by it.
They need to increase it from 2 lanes to more lanes.
Yeah. More lanes, baby.
A lot of people moving here. Gotta make room for Joe Marrese on the road.
Yeah. And show winter some respect. Don't call it the freeze. It's winter. It's a season. Okay, it's been around forever. Give it the credit it deserves. It's called winter, not the freeze. It's not It's not Batman villain, Mr. Freeze. So, all right. Well, I think I covered all I wanted to cover for tonight.
I got something I want to add here.
Sure.
This Thursday.
I thought of that earlier and then I forgot it. Go ahead. Yeah.
This Thursday, Joe is going to be on my podcast, The Gary Bobby Show, live at 5 p.m. The show starts live at 5, and then probably you come on about halfway through.
Yeah. Thank you for
5:45,
reminding
6
me
p.m.
about that. Yeah. Yeah. I
And
will
it's
be
gonna
on.
be fun.
It's 5 o'clock. It's live, right?
Yeah, it's 5 to 7. It's 2 hours long, and basically, it's like a late night show combined with a morning talk show, radio show style show. It's a different thing for sure. There's nothing else really like
What
it.
should I wear?
You can wear whatever you want.
Good. All right. Well, yeah. So this Thursday coming up, I'm going to be on the Gary and Bobby Show. This Thursday, what is that date? February 10th. Yeah, Thursday, February 10th, 5 p.m. live on YouTube, right?
Yes.
The Gary and
Faust
Bobby
TV,
Show.
yeah.
Faust TV. So, yeah, that'll be fun. And, yeah, so that's it for this episode of Joe Code. Let's have a great week, everybody. Thanks for listening. I'm Joe Marrese.